hood, man. And I'm smoking on some good, man. The color purple, not the movie, but the kind that have you going in a circle. Chrome looking more classy than the Transco Tower. My car dripping candy paint like it just came out the shower. Like face, I got the money, the power, and the finesse to roll around one deep with 100,000 round my neck.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. I am so excited to be doing my first set from the House of Yves Saint Laurent, a house that I have so much respect for, both in terms of what they've done in both the fashion and fragrance industry. I have a few YSL higher-end designer dress shirts with the French cuffs and straight collar shirts, and a few of their higher-end handmade ties in Italy. This is one of them. I'm just going to show you really quickly. Really nice YSL tie. As you can see, it is the handmade in Italy tie. So, big fan of their clothing as well as their fragrances. Now, I have a couple of their fragrances. Rive Gauche, which I did a short video on, Live Jazz, very unique and well done, and Koros. But this is my newest Yves Saint Laurent fragrance and my first one in the L'Homme range. Now, of course, Yves Saint Laurent, or simply Saint Laurent, as they're now known, as a French design house started by the head of the company, one of the most influential designers in the game, Yves Saint Laurent. And if you're really interested in the company or just interested in high-end fashion, there are films out there about Saint Laurent. And we talked about when Tom Ford became the creative director of Gucci. A couple years later, he became the creative director at Saint Laurent, and because Gucci acquired Saint Laurent was the reason, but Tom Ford was obviously destined for bigger and better things. So, but back to Saint Laurent. Now, under the direction of Tom Ford, Saint Laurent released two of their most popular men's fragrances. Of course, we've got Opium, which actually came out a little bit before he got there, but he redid their ad campaign. And Opium was a men's and women's scent. They had one for men and one for women. Very intense and rich, sweet oriental fragrance with notes of star anise, Szechuan peppercorn and woods, and of course M7, the original version, which has been discontinued, and that was a really musky scent with a heavy agarwood vibe. It's since been rebranded and rebottled as M7 Oud Absolute, and it's got some oud in there as well as some rock rose and myrrh. But the first men's fragrance that they really did was released in 1971, simply branded as YSL Pour Homme, real simple citrus and vetiver base scent, which I'm not in love with, but I believe that's out there as well. You can probably get that for a pretty good deal right now. And there's always been popular YSL men's fragrances out there. But I think with Ford leaving in the 2000s, Saint Laurent was looking for a fragrance that could be a big commercial hit. Live Jazz did okay, Rive Gauche did okay, Koros and their few flankers did okay. All of those had some flankers, but none of them were anything that I guess they could call a flagship scent. And most big design houses have that flagship scent. That's every design house's dream, to have that Fahrenheit or CK1 or Angel Men or Aqua di Gio or Le Male. Now, L'Homme was released in 2006, and three perfumers had their hand in this: Anne Filippo, Pierre Warnier, and Dominique Ropian. And I've talked about two of his scents on this show, Vetiver Extraordinaire and Geranium Pour Manzour. The latter is the only scent I've ever given a 10 out of 10 to. Both scents, of course, made for Frederic Malle's edition de Parfum. Ropian has also done scents for Armani, Terry Mugler, Givenchy, Escada, Burberry, A Lab on Fire, and many others. Now, L'Homme's available in four sizes. I got mine from Sephora. This is the 3.3 ounce size for $78. You can get a 1.3 ounce bottle for $45, a 2 ounce bottle for $60, and a 6.6 ounce bottle for $105. And this already has 7 flankers. The first one was L'Homme Eau d'Aet, and the newest one is L'Homme Libre Cologne Tonic, which is actually a flanker of a flanker. And it's rare that a flanker becomes more popular than original scent. And I guess one that comes to mind is Dior Homme Intense. Another is Pure Malt, of course. But in 2009, Saint Laurent released a nighttime version of L'Homme called Nuit de la Homme, which is a gorgeous, very sweet scent. We'll talk about that in another show, because I do like it and plan on adding it to my wardrobe. And there are people out there that think La Nuit is better than the original, but that's a debate we can have another time. Now, for the box and bottle, box is just a nice silver box, basically, with the top, the cap is actually the shape, the octagon, I believe it is on the front of the bottle. You've got your batch code on the bottom of the box imprinted. And then the bottle's really, really nice. Fingerprint magnet is the cap, but still beautiful with the YSL. Very heavy cap, heavy glass bottle, very well done. It will look very nice on your countertop. I can guarantee you that. So they nailed that as far as I'm concerned. And notes on this fragrance are going to be citrus peel, ginger, basil blossom, violet leaves, vetiver, and tonka beans. Opening up with this, you're going to get the sharpness and spiciness of the ginger contrasted gorgeously with the sweetness and richness of the tonka bean, which will play tricks with your mind and remind you of vanilla. Definitely isn't a gourmand scent, I would say, but it's a lusciousness in here, especially at the opening. That's really well done and well thought out. I feel that when a company names their fragrance as a L'Homme or Infusion de Homme or Pour Homme, it sort of means they're putting their best foot forward and sort of putting it out there as a signature men's fragrance. Look at Versace, DG's Pour Homme, and Prada Infusion de Homme or Dior's Homme, and there it is. And with Saint Laurent, it's no different. This is the top class of their men's fragrances, in my opinion. There are other great Saint Laurent scents out there like Koros and Rive Gauche and Live Jazz, but as soon as you spray this guy on, you sort of know you're in special territory in YSL land, and it's very well thought out, and the beginning is very, it's well done, and it sort of makes that argument for the scent. And you could tell that there was an extraordinary designer behind this in Ropion, who's created such brilliant fragrances for Lab on Fire and Frederic Malle. And there's a quality in this that goes past most designer scents. And there aren't many designer scents that have that. Dior's got a few, Chanel's got a few, Hermes has a few, I think Prada's got one or two. But this is the first YSL scent that I've encountered that really approaches niche quality. And as it dries down, you're sort of introduced to a bit of spicy vetiver intertwined gorgeously with some candied citrus peel. And that sweet spiciness really lasts through the length of the fragrance. I think this could be worn all year round, but probably shines during the colder spring and cooler, rare summer days and evenings. Anyone 16 through 40-year-olds could probably wear this. I wonder if someone older than 40 could pull this off. I don't think a CEO could wear this with slashing department budgets, let's put it like that. But on a carefree weekend out to brunch with the family, this could work quite well. It is a casual scent, probably a bit too much for an office scent. But for someone who doesn't have to be in an office every day, like an artist or a creative person, I think I can see this as someone's signature scent because the quality is that good. I give it a 7 out of 10. Very good scent. To me, the best of the Saint Laurent lot. Projection and longevity are both what I would call slightly above average. 3 sprays and you should be more than good enough. Maybe 1 behind each ear, 1 in the chest. And I know there's some serious fragrance community debate as to what's the better night-day scent combo. L'Homme and La Nuit or Dior's Homme and Dior's Homme Intense. And to me, it's not even up for discussion. Dior waxes YSL. What YSL did is not groundbreaking, candying citrus and throwing some ginger and vanilla in it isn't something brand new, but Dior making a buttery iris and waxy lipstick note at the forefront of their signature fragrance took some serious balls, and the fragrance community could have laughed at it just as easily as they worshipped it. They had to really take a huge risk by making a commercial men's fragrance smell like the inside of a woman's purse with some cocoa powder added in. And I know that it lost a little something in the reformulation, but I still find it superior to L'Homme, and that's just me. 7 out of 10 is a good score, and this is going to stay in my rotation. I'm very glad that I picked this fragrance up, but there are better designer scents available. With that said, I would absolutely recommend this to folks looking to stay $100 and under, who wants a very high-quality, sweet signature scent that's not quite gourmand. I don't think you'll be let down by L'Homme. I think you'll probably enjoy their flankers as well. I'm really happy with this scent, and I'm usually, at any given time of year, rotate 5 designer scents and 5 niche scents, varying with the weather. And this is now in my designer scent rotation with Dior Homme, Luna Rosa by Prada, Hermes' Un Jardin sur le Toit, and Narciso Rodriguez's for him. So this is in my solid 5. Probably will be there for quite some time. Really liking it. Really jazzed now to pick up La Nuit to display next to L'Homme. I love the bottle and cap. Great job by Saint Laurent on this fragrance and on this line. I'm really, really solidly impressed by L'Homme. So that is this week's episode. Thank you for checking it out. Next week, we're going to be doing another niche scent, either from the house of Le Labo or Aqua.